I'm going to show you how to make a delicious apple cider glazed spiral ham. This is so fabulous, so tasty. You don't need those store-bought glazes, okay? So this is 1.5 cups of light brown sugar. This is 3/4 cup going in of apple cider. I love this stuff, it's so yummy. You can also make great donuts with this. Why not? Okay, we have 1/2 cup of maple syrup going in. I mean, sounds good already, right? Okay, 1/3 cup, and this is a stone ground mustard. You could use a Dijon or even a mixture of the two if you like. I just wouldn't use the yellow stuff. Even though I'm a big fan, this probably wouldn't be so good with this glaze. And then this is 1/2 teaspoon of ground black pepper and 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt. Going in. I know the ham is salty, but you still just need a little bit for your glaze. Just gonna whisk this up. Literally, it comes together that easy, right? So just a few ingredients, takes just a few minutes for us to get them all together and mix it up. And this is gonna go in our ham, it's gonna go in the oven. Okay, so literally, I'm just gonna brush this on. My husband was cracking up and shut the video off for a second ago because, yes, I always think of food. And since I have the extra apple cider in the fridge, I am gonna make donuts. I know he's probably gonna go, hallelujah. Okay, so we really want to brush this on nice and thick. So this is spiral, it's already cooked. All we want to do is just reheat this with all the way warm through in the oven. But I want this to get in like all these little crevices. So I'm going to kind of take my time, kind of making sure it's brushed in and going in. And this will just take a few minutes, but really you want to do that because you want to make sure that that delicious glaze gets in between all these pieces. And then when that's done, I'll get it in the oven. Okay, I've got it all glazed up. I do have some remaining glaze, but I'll probably brush about halfway through the cooking time. And at the end, if you want, you can even put a little bit more of the glaze on top and give it a broil, and it'll give you like a nice kind of thick crust to it. Delicious. So I like to use a probe because I don't know if you're like me, but I'm usually multitasking, doing other things while the ham is in the oven. So I just know I want to bring it to 140 degrees, and this is the best way for me to monitor it. But if you don't have one of these thermometers, it's usually about 13 to 15 minutes per pound, and this is about 5 pounds, okay? But I'm just gonna put this in there, get it all the way into the center of the meat, and it's gonna go in the oven. Okay, so the ham is done. It reached 140 degrees. We're gonna let it rest about 15 minutes. It'll come up a little bit more in temperature. I'm gonna put a little bit more glaze over the top. We're gonna serve it and have dinner. It smells fabulous in here. All right, you guys, this smells so good. I've got to give it a taste for you. Little apple cider glazed spiral ham. This would be great on your holiday table. I don't think anybody would turn away from this. That is so delicious. You get the mustard, the apple, a little bit from the maple syrup and the brown sugar, so it's sweet, but the mustard really cuts through, so you have that savory. It's fabulous. Well, I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and if so, love you to share with your friends and subscribe. Enjoy!